So welcome to today's talk about the amazing DeMatrix frequency pendants and about 6 delicious DeLixir health tonics. So we're going to start with the DeMatrix pendants, and I have one here. You can see how big they are against my hand. These are very lightweight pendants that you can wear around your neck or have somewhere in contact with your skin on your body, and they have some really wonderful properties. So I'd like to talk to you about those properties and what they're able to support you with. So there are 14 DeMatrix frequency pendants. They're designed to support health and to help correct imbalances within different organs or different body systems. So here we go. Here's a close-up look at one of them. They're a few millimeters thick. And as I said, you can wear them around your neck or somewhere else in your body, on your body. You wouldn't put them in a pocket because they need to be against your skin, but you could slide them inside a sock if you didn't want it around your neck or under a little bit of tubey grip or up your sleeve if you had a tight-fitting sleeve, something like that. So let's look at how these pendants work. These little pendants have within them various energetic influences, and together they create a strong energy field that has this biocorrective effect. So the first ingredients, if you like, is homeopathy, homeopathic remedies. Then we have herbal remedies. We have inverted homeopathic nosodes. We have frequencies from the restorative bioresonance device, the RITM device, and from the AP device, which is the detoxing device. And all of these are enclosed within the pendant, which has on both of its sides sacred geometry patterns to help add to that energy combo. So the homeopathic ingredients, as it were, will help restore health. They're going to help with the healing at the root level. Similarly, the herbal preparations that of course are appropriate to whatever the pendant's for, they're not the same in each pendant, will have a restoring, healing effect. Then we have nosodes, homeopathic nosodes, which are inverted remedies, which are designed to help eliminate or detox microbes, viruses, different sort of microorganisms. So they have an anti-parasitic or an eliminatory effect. Then we have, as is appropriate to the pendant, detox frequencies and restorative frequencies that are programmed in from these two devices that I just mentioned. So again, we've got a strengthening of the eliminatory and the restorative effects here. And then each pendant will have 2 of these sacred geometry symbols engraved on the outside. So we have 3 possibles. There's a harmony symbol, there's the flower of life that you may well be familiar with, and a honeycomb symbol. And these have an enhancing effect. They enhance the effect that those herbs and homeopathy and the different frequencies are having within the pendant. And what's more, we can choose the effect we want from the sacred geometry depending on whether what we're trying to support is in the acute or the chronic phase of a possible illness. So if we're in an acute stage, we might have the honeycomb side of the pendant facing the body. And if we're in a chronic phase or just a very sort of mild ongoing phase, we might have the flower of life symbol against the skin. So let's take a look at what each of these pendants do, because they all have a slightly different restoring or healing effect. So some of them will boost body systems, but we have 3 which are really aimed at immunity and helping the immune system in a variety of ways. One pendant I've got here actually, is called the Corona or Virus Prevention pendant, and this is designed to just boost our immunity a bit. So it's useful as we go into autumn and winter. It's useful if you're traveling on an aeroplane or somewhere where there's a lot of people who might possibly be having a bug that you don't want to pick up. So it has a kind of antiviral, anti-inflammatory effect. It helps you to strengthen your immune system, so you're less likely to pick up viruses. And then we have another pendant which helps recover from viral infections. So if we have had cold or a virus of some sort, we could use this to help us recover more completely and more quickly. But it's also useful in conjunction with the virus prevention pendant. If you were to use them both together, you would be both strengthening your immune system and helping to prevent picking up a virus. But at the same time, given that we're constantly bombarded by different microorganisms, you'd be already doing that effect of recovering from any that you might be beginning to pick up. So it has a kind of partnership effect. And then we have one called the Detox V, V for vaccines, to help detox the effects of different vaccines, the poisons, the heavy metals within many vaccines, but also to help detox the body from toxic loads. So this is a really useful pendant. Many people will buy this one just to help resist taking on all those toxins and heavy metals and things that we're constantly subjected to. And then we move into a series of pendants which will support different body systems within the body. So we have one for supporting male health. It's supporting the functioning of the urogenitory system, good for prostate health and male reproductive issues. And similarly, we have one for the female reproductive system, helping with hormonal cycles, hormonal menstrual pain, irregularities, inflammation, some of those issues we might experience within the female reproductive organs. We have a pendant for supporting the liver. So this can be particularly useful if you are if you have a taste for alcohol or drugs. So it's going to help support your liver. It's going to help prevent gallstones. So useful in a variety of ways, helping the liver to detox. We have a pendant to support and strengthen the urinary tract and the work of the kidneys, helping prevent kidney stones from forming, and just keeping the whole water system within the body working optimally. Then we have a pendant to support the heart and the circulatory system, the cardiovascular system, just helping with the blood pressure, with regulation of heartbeat, and generally keeping the heart functioning as healthily as possible. It's also useful if you're very stressed and stress might be affecting your heart, or if you've been ill, just to get your heart working as best it possibly can. Then we have a pendant to support the stomach and the kind of upper digestive tract, normalizing the activity of the stomach, stopping growths of pathogenic microflora, helping regulate the acidity, helping with things like heartburn and reflux. And we have a pendant which is super popular, I find, for joints. It has an anti-inflammatory effect on our joints, helps reduce pain, it helps strengthen connective tissue, it helps with kind of back issues, joint, spine issues. Many people have given me positive feedback from using this pendant. This is one of the newest ones that have been developed. And two of the other more recent ones are one, again, that's very popular, to reduce stress, helping people to relax, to release nervous tension, to calm the nervous system, to sleep better, and to generally reduce stress from everyday life. One of the other newer pendants is one called Clean Skin. So this is helping with skin issues, reducing inflammation within the skin, reducing reactions within the skin to stress, helping with issues that might be having a kind of fungal, bacterial or viral base to them, and helping people's skin, nails and hair generally improve. And the last two pendants that I'll mention, which are the newest, they came out recently, are one to help regulate how the body functions, particularly the respiratory system, in reaction to allergic triggers. So this has an anti-inflammatory effect, an anti-allergic effect. It helps take stress away from the respiratory apparatus, the bronchi, and helps relieve the symptoms of allergies. So this is one that's very popular, as you can imagine, at the moment. The other one is one for helping normalize blood sugar levels and carbohydrate metabolism to support the pancreas, the liver, be a background support for people who have diabetes, and also to help prevent the risk of creating or acquiring a pancreatic disorder. So these 14 pendants are working with an individual, blending with their own energy body to support, to correct, to strengthen these different systems within the body. And in order to use them, you first of all take them out of the packet, and they obviously come in a box, but in the box, they're also in a metallic envelope. And this is important because in this day and age, wherever we go, we're under the influence of different forms of radiation. It might just be the Wi-Fi in your home, or it could be a whole host of electrosmog and electromagnetic radiation coming from the household appliances or your neighbour's Wi-Fi or whatever. So we keep the pendants in these envelopes, and once it's out of the envelope, you can place it somewhere in an exposed area of your body. So somewhere where it can be against your skin. You can use it either during the day, or you can use it at the night, or you could use it for just a few hours, sort of half a day. And then when you're not using it, you pop it back in the envelope to keep it safe and shielded from the harm of radiation. Now, each of these pendants will be strongest for about 6 months. After 6-7 months, that energy field will begin to weaken and diminish. So you might want to replace the pendant then. But they're great little supportive pendants to have, and they're very easy to wear. They're very lightweight. And what's more, you can wear more than one of them together. You can wear a couple of them together. Or if you wanted to have several, you could wear 2 during the day and 2 during the night, or 2 in the morning and 2 others in the afternoon. Some of them work very well together. For instance, I mentioned the viral protection and the viral rehabilitation pendants. They work well together, and I'll give you some other combinations in a minute. But of course, a part of the effect of these pendants is they are helping your body to detox. And so you do need to drink lots of water, ideally plain water rather than fizzy, 1.5 litres, 2 waters a day. But talking of water, it's also important not to get these pendants wet. So if you're going in the shower or going to have a swim, you need to take them off and put them back in the metal envelope. You will stop them from working if you get them wet. The good news is anyone can use these. There's no age restriction. However old or young you are, you can use them. Obviously, if it's a child, you're going to need to make sure that they don't get tangled up in the neck strap. You might want to put it in a sock or somewhere where it's a bit safer for them to use. So there's many combinations of these pendants you can use, and in a minute I'll show you some recommendations and ways of working out which combination you could use if you wanted to. So you could, for instance, use the female health and the healthy liver. They work very well, especially if you're working with a menstruation issue. Rehabilitation from viral affections, healthy liver, and the healthy heart. These would work well together, but you would need to wear 2 of them together and then bring the other one in at a different time of the day or night, because you couldn't have 3 altogether. Now, there's many combinations, and as I say, we'll look at some more in a moment. But one of the other ways you can combine these pendants is to use them in conjunction with the mini bioresonance devices themselves, or what's called the BRT bioresonance device. They work well in conjunction. To give you an example, it might be that you're working on some very specific condition or with the mini devices, which will work in a much stronger, more targeted, more in-depth way. They'll really get to the root cause of your issue. And you might be working away with your arthritis issue or your whatever it is issue with these mini devices, but you might be aware that you've got some allergic reactions going on, or you've got a little something going on with your skin or your digestion, but you don't want to switch the programs with the mini devices yet because you're needing them to treat your arthritis or whatever it was. So you could bring in one or two of these pendants at the same time to give another support. It won't be as strong as when you're working with these other devices because these aren't emitting frequencies as strongly, but they are working in a more gentle background supportive corrective way, and they work brilliantly in conjunction with the other devices if you want to do that. And this table here, there's a few pages of this, and I can send you this if you are interested, will give you some advice about which pendants to use for which issues. So if you had a cardiovascular issue you wanted to support, you could, on the mini bioresonance devices, look at the programs under the complex heading called heart and vessels. But with the pendants, you could use the healthy heart pendant, the kidneys and the healthy liver pendant. And these together would do a good job helping to regulate the heart rhythm, to get the blood circulating, to support blood pressure, to normalize kidney function, etc., which all have an impact on the workings of the heart. And you could look up different parts of your body, different issues associated with different conditions, so gastrointestinal issues. You could again look at, if it's a digestive issue, which pendants would help there, which pendants would help if it was a kind of parasitic issue or an allergic issue. And there's several pages here that will give you some suggestions. So if you're wanting to support your immune system here, you could work with the corona or the virus prevention DeMatrix, the rehab from viral infections DeMatrix, and the Detox B, and that would give you a kind of triple input to really boost your immune system and help you avoid picking up all those winter bugs and things like that. So there's a couple of things that are important to know about these pendants, and the first is that you can't mix and match them. So if you buy one to support your immune system, you can't then give it to your partner or your kids to use. The energetic field that the device creates will blend with your energy field and it will become yours. So you can't then take it and give it to someone else who has a completely different energy field. It will really become part of your makeup. Obviously, as I already said, if you're giving it to a child, you just need to make sure they're not going to kind of strangle themselves with the neck strap or get tied up or get it dropped into water. And now the company says that the first time you use this pendant or any of these pendants, you might have a reaction, you might feel some discomfort, but I personally have never experienced this, and I've never had anyone who's used a pendant feedback to me that they had this happen to them. So I'm guessing this is pretty rare, but they've had to put this in as a warning just in case. So that's a little bit about these DeMatrix pendants. Personally, I found them really, really useful. And I know that in Europe, they're an absolute bestseller. They sell like hotcakes or whatever the expression is. They're very, very easy to use. And there's quite a wide range now of choices. So do give them a go. Do get in contact if you'd like to know more about them, or if you'd like to try one. They can be a really useful support for the body. Another form of support comes through something quite different, the DeLixir tonics. Now, these aren't something you wear on your body, obviously, they're something you ingest. And again, I found these absolutely invaluable, and many people buy these and give me very, very positive feedback about them. So let's now take a look at what these DeLixirs are. It's an odd name, a bit like elixir, but they're DeLixirs. We have 6 of them, and again, anyone can use these. They are a form of liquid nutrition. They're a bit like a vitamin supplement, but not really. They're called Smart-Cell supplements because unlike some nutritional supplements you might take that are in a hard tablet or even a capsule form, they're not always easy to assimilate, to digest and to absorb. And many of them will have binders and all sorts of bits and pieces apart from the vitamins or the nutrition that you're wanting to take. And a lot of those additional binders and fillers and ingredients that create the tablet or the capsule are not so great to take in. It's also not easy to swallow them. Some people aren't able to swallow supplements. So these are very convenient. They're liquid, so you just swallow them like a fruit juice. And they're highly absorbable. Your cells will easily absorb and assimilate the nutrition within these. So let's have a look at what they do. As I've mentioned, we have 6 different DeLixirs. They all are aimed at a slightly different group of the population. They all do something a little bit different, but they all support health, and they're all, as I say, highly assimilable, digestible, and easy to use, and totally delicious. Now, they all consist of organic ingredients, a lot of fruits and herbs and roots, those sorts of things with nutritional content. They all will say that they're smart cell nutrition, which, as I say, means they're easy to absorb. And one that is super popular, especially funnily enough with middle-aged women, is the DeLixir called Collagen or Collagen Plus. And as the name suggests, this is a collagen supplement. I'm afraid it's not vegan. It's an animal source of collagen. It's totally delicious. It's made with black currants. And this really helps with keeping our joints in good order, helping our connective tissue to stay flexible, keeping the collagen component within our skin a little more boosted so that we can have a more youthful appearance, that our skin will rejuvenate rather than degenerate. So it has the effect of being an anti-aging tonic. Some people like to think of it like that, strengthening all the connective tissues, the joints, the tendons, the ligaments, the fascia around the body. In this, there will be ingredients that will support youthfulness, like higher, I never know how to say this, hyaluronic acid, excuse me, as well as the collagen. It will also help the functioning of the internal organs and the support of the internal organs, which of course are wrapped in fascia and forms of connective tissue. So it's helping to rejuvenate the body at a cellular level. It's easy to digest. It's good to take this ideally in the evening with supper. And a bottle will last a month. So it's 33, there's 33 portions, if you like, in one bottle. And with this collagen DeLixir, if you really want to give your body a boost in terms of remaining as youthful as possible and keeping your skin as unblemished and unwrinkly as possible, you can also, of course, combine the collagen supplement here with either using the mini devices with programs for anti-aging, or with a device called the DeVita Cosmo, which specifically works on the skin of the face and helps regenerate, rejuvenate our appearance, our skin, our collagen content again So it works very well with this DeLixir, and I'm happy to talk more about that if you get in contact and let me know. This is just a list of some of the ingredients. Oh, and this is the Cosmo, the little device I mentioned. It's a quantum light device that works with quantum light and bioresonance jointly, working via zones on your face, the equivalent of reflexology zones on your feet, emitting a spectrum of coloured lights to those zones to stimulate things like collagen production internally, skin elasticity, healing the deepest layers of the skin, hydrating the skin, and many things like that. So it's a lovely device to work with in combination with this Collagen DeLixir. So let's move on and have a brief look at some of the other DeLixirs that are available. They're all Smart-Cell Nutrition, they're all 100% organic. And whereas the collagen one is a blackcurrant flavour because it's got blackcurrants in it, there's a lot of oranges, a lot of orange in the multi-energy. It is an orange colour and it has oranges in it. And this is, on the one hand, rather like a multivitamin mineral supplement. It will give you a lot of your kind of necessary nutrition in a wide spectrum. But it's also designed to give you a bit of an energy boost. So if you are feeling a bit below par, a bit tired, if you feel you're going down with something, or if you're recovering from an illness and you just need that extra bit of a boost, this is a really good supplement to take because, as I say, it will give you the vitamins. There's a lot of vitamin D3 in this, but it will also work to boost your energy levels. And as you have that combination of energy boost and more vitamins, that really strengthens the immune system. So it's a good immune boost, body boost, energy boost, and just all round kind of staying healthy supplement. Good for the whole family, and it really tastes delicious. Some of the things it contains are things like, I've said vitamins and minerals, but also CoQ enzyme 10, selenium, lutein. One of the things that it will also do that I haven't mentioned yet is to help relieve eye strain and stress. So very useful if you've been at the computer a lot and your eyes are feeling strained. It has many effects other than just what I've mentioned. It will help you to absorb your magnesium and calcium in a better way. It will help strengthen your cellular renewal, the ability for cells to renew and grow in a healthy way. It will help regulate your blood glucose levels. It will play a part in that. And it will also play a part in harmonizing and regulating your cardiovascular system. So again, a good all-rounder support. Again, these are some of the ingredients. So moving on, we have a really lovely DeLixir called the Detox DeLixir. And as you can see here in the picture, this is flavoured with kiwi fruit. So there's kiwi fruit in this, as well as lovely things like aloe vera, noni juice, MSM, which again is helping our connective tissue. And this DeLixir has been designed with the aim of helping us to detox, helping us to remove toxins from the body, and also reduce inflammation in the body. And through removing toxins and reducing inflammation, that also, along with the multi-energy, boosts our immunity. So it's a really useful tonic to have. It was designed partly for people using the mini bioresonance devices to detox and rid their body of microorganisms and heavy metals who might need a bit of extra support. So this is a good support tonic to take alongside any other work you're doing, whether it's with bioresonance devices or any other means to detox. So it'll help get those toxins out of your body. It will help support your body. It will help remove the inflammation. It will help strengthen your body through cleaning it, through reducing the inflammation and just getting rid of those things that we don't need and don't want inside of ourselves. again, we've got a list of the ingredients here. Lots of fruit juices in this one, as well as the kiwi fruit that I already mentioned. So I've tried all of these. Personally, I find them all absolutely delicious. You can take them by putting a cap full. They come with a measuring cap on top, so you can measure out 15 ml into this cap. And some people will pour that into water or into fruit juice or into a smoothie, or you could pour it on your porridge or your muesli or whatever you're eating, or you can just knock it back neat, which is what I do. I just find them too delicious to dilute. But you can choose. It's good to have them with a meal. Multi-energy is good to take in the morning, give you some energy. The collagen, as I said, is good to take in the evening. Detox, morning or lunchtime. And here we have the next DeLixir. It's called Ultra Slim. And as the name suggests, this is often used by people who are wanting to regulate their weight or to lose weight, because one of the things that this formula helps with is breaking up fats, metabolizing fats, helping general metabolism, and removing excess fluid from the system. So these are things that can be really helpful if you're trying to lose weight and just get your metabolism working in a better way. So doing that is going to help balance your energy more. It's going to help your excretory system to improve, to remove the excess fluids. It's going to help reduce fat that you're holding in your body unnecessarily. Yeah, these sorts of things, the things we need to lose weight. And this one is flavored with cranberry juice. So there's cranberries in here. So I guess the only thing to watch is if you're on medication, that means you shouldn't be taking cranberries. You might want to avoid this one. Again, I've had lots of positive feedback, people using this and saying how their digestion's improved and they've kind of felt lighter, and it's really helped them regulate their weight. So again, list of ingredients, again, lots of fruit in this one. And then we move on to another formula, which is a little bit similar to the multi-energy. It's another formula that's designed to give you an energy boost, but in particular to give you an energy boost to improve your performance. So if you're a sports person, if you're doing a lot of physical activity and you need a bit of oomph to have the strength to do that activity, that running, jumping, whatever sports it is that you might be doing a lot of, and to sustain your energy, then this can be useful. But likewise for elderly people, so people who are elderly, they might not be doing lots of sport, but then you might need a bit more energy because their energy resources are lacking and they're feeling fatigued. It really helps rejuvenate and regenerate the body. So again, it plays a part in protecting against aging, having anti-aging effects. So it's a very good tonic to take with the collagen to reduce the effects of aging. Yeah, often called the longevity formula. And again, it's, as I said, improving general performance and energy performance. It's helping metabolism, muscle tone. It's helping recovery after illnesses or intensive sports. It's also protecting our DNA. It's really important. Protecting our DNA from damage, particularly from free radicals. And this one is flavoured not with orange like the multi-energy, but with tangerines. So similar, but not quite the same. Again, we have a list of ingredients here. I don't expect you to read all of these, but you can look back at this talk if you want to pause it and read through them all. Now, the last DeLixir we have is called pH balance. And as the name suggests, this plays a part in bringing about the optimal pH balance within your body. So many people these days are too acidic. And if you're too acidic, that's going to have an effect on your health overall and can lead to a whole host of conditions just because there's too much acid in your body. So it's really important to bring yourself to a state of balance, not to alkaline, not to acidic, but somewhere in the middle. And this pH balance DeLixir does just that. Now this one has a lemon flavour. Again, it's delicious, quite light and zesty. And in addition to controlling pH balance, this will also help to protect the body from bugs, from infections, from all those things we pick up, particularly over the winter. It's increasing your resistance to infections. It's speeding up the healing process. It's promoting the regeneration of our tissues and our cells. It's promoting, boosting, and improving our intestinal microflora. And it's also reducing the effects of stress. Now, if we have a lot of stress, that's going to lead to our body being acidic. So stress and acid go hand in hand. This is a really helpful formula for reducing both of those. It contains things like turmeric and spirulina and various marine minerals. So all in all, another really important DeLixir to work with. You can combine these. You could have 2 or 3 of these at the same time if you had different areas that needed support. Again, as with all of these DeLixirs, a bottle will last roughly a month, just over a month. They usually come with an expiry date of a couple of years. It says here 1 year, but I've noticed that all the bottles I've had have been at least 2 years. They'll keep for about 2 months in the fridge. So once you've opened them, as I say, they're designed to last a month if you're having a capful each day, but they'll be good for a good 2 months or so. Good to take with food and, as previously said, very easily digested. And again, as with all of these DeLixirs, you can enhance their effect by working with the appropriate programs on the mini bioresonance devices, or of course other methods. You might be working with an acupuncturist, an osteopath, a nutritionist, or whoever. I work a lot with bioresonance, and these are made by the company that makes the bioresonance devices, Deta Elis, because these were designed as a support product for people working with bioresonance. But increasingly, they become a product in their own right. Many people buy these and do nothing with bioresonance, and just because they're great products. And I've got another table here. Again, I can send you a copy if you want this information. We can look at different systems of the body and look at which DeLixirs would be the most helpful, and the reasons why are here. So the cardiovascular system is going to be best supported by the multi-energy, pH balance, the collagen, and the detox DeLixirs for all sorts of wonderful reasons here about the effects these have on regulating blood flow and keeping the blood nice and thin and strengthening the vein walls and all sorts of lovely things that you can read about here. So although, for instance, the detox might be to help you detox generally, it's also playing a part in preventing your blood from thickening, helping regulate your blood pressure, cleaning the walls of your blood vessels and strengthening them. So in addition to the things I've briefly outlined as we went through the DeLixirs, these actually do all sorts of other jobs as well. So we can see here DeLixirs that are useful to help with digestion and the gastrointestinal tract. DeLixirs useful to help the nervous system, helping brain function, helping relieve stress, helping enhance depressive mind states, and so on and so forth. We can see which of these are going to help with which systems and why. And the list goes on and on. Okay, so a little summary of these 6 DeLixirs. We've just seen from that table that I didn't give you much time to read, obviously, but we've seen that there's many functions that each of these have in supporting different body systems. But as a brief summary, we have the multi-energy to support the energy of our cells, to support the functioning and the regeneration of our cells, to give us a bit of a boost, to help boost the immune system. We have top form, which is similar, but will give you more of an energetic boost, particularly if you're an athlete or you're someone giving out a lot of energy, or if you're elderly. It will play a part in helping with muscle growth, with connective tissue strength, promoting sustained blood glucose levels, helping the eyes, helping recovery after exercise. And then we have collagen, which would work very well with top form, helping maintain youthfulness and appearance, strengthening the skin, the connective tissue, tendons, joints, ligaments, helping the general functioning of our internal organs and helping us to look younger and more beautiful and youthful. Then we have ultra slim, which is to help with metabolism, helping with weight loss, helping with proper digestion, reducing fat deposits in the body and removing excess fluid. We have the detox formula, again, helping remove toxins from the body, strengthening the digestive tract and being able to remove those toxins, being able to cleanse the walls of the digestive tract. And then the pH balance, again, reducing stress, harmonizing the acid-alkaline balance, strengthening us against infections, helping us heal, promoting tissue regeneration. And of course, the detox, I haven't listed it here, also helping reduce inflammation. So between these 6 DeLixirs, we've got a lot of good work that is possible in a really easy way, easy to drink or to eat, easy to absorb and assimilate. So this is a brief outline of the DeLixirs and the DeMatrix pendants. Obviously, there's a lot more information I could go into. So if you have a specific requirement or you'd like to find out more about what's possible with these products, please do get in touch. We're very happy to talk more and to share ideas and recommendations. Personally, I found these really invaluable. I've used them with my family and many clients and friends, and they've been a really excellent additional support. And especially if you've got people or children who can't swallow supplements, the DeLixirs are super useful, especially as they're absolutely delicious. So they're a nice thing to take in rather than something to battle against. So thank you so much for listening, and look out for my other talks about some of the other products I've mentioned and some of the other health supporting products made by Deta Elis. Thank you.